On behalf of Ananta IAS Academy, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Visakhapatnam, today I will be sharing my thoughts regarding the approach for the interviews. Most of the candidates who are appearing for the interviews in the month of August and September are worried about the syllabus for the interviews and how the interview will be held and how much of time it will take and what are the questions expected. No one can exactly say what would be the question and answer session. And it is not a question and answer session, or it is not a dialogue, it is not a discussion, it is not an interview also. It is a personality test with 275 marks. Even if you get about 150 to 200 range marks, if you have done mains very well, particularly with your optional subjects, you are definitely sure to get a rank and either IAS or IRS or IAS or whatever it is. So the questioning pattern normally will be regarding the current affairs, the events which are happening in and around India or in the country across the other countries also. And most of the issues belong to the pandemic because it can be in any form of a question regarding the pandemic situation in India for the last 1.5 years and how the government of India is combating the situation with their power. It needs manpower, it needs economic power, it needs the health power also. And the situation has become worse when the second hit has come in the name of a second round. In the first round, the tally of deaths was about 2 lakhs and odd. But when the second issue came, there were very number of deaths and it now reached by 3.4 lakhs. When compared to the other countries, our country is in a much lower death rate, and the recovery rate also has been improved. And for the last 28 days or 30 days, the recovery rate has gone very high. So government is also happy with that. But there is a threat of this third wave coming, and it may infect the children. So they are taking lot of care, and they are mostly interested in doing the public health system. So the questions can be like this. You just note down. Number one can be the circulars issued by the health department, Love Agarwal or Rajesh Bhushan, who is the secretary health department, or the minister, Mr. Dr. Harshavardhan. And from time to time, they are issuing the health measures to the state governments, to the hospitals, to the general public, and regarding the vaccination drive also. So you take it as a number one. Number two is regarding the pharmaceutical companies. The companies have come forward with different types of medicines, Covaxin, Covishield, and Pfizer, and other medicines also. Besides, the medicine of Anandaya, which has created a very big history. It has gone up to the Supreme Court level also, and the Supreme Court has directed that this indigenous medicine can also be used. So you keep this as a second track. And then comes the third track regarding the economic reforms which the government of India has taken under the able guidance of Nirmala Sitaraman. And from time to time in the Man Ki Baat program, Modi Saab, he is giving lot of information with the interaction with the frontline warriors like doctors, nurses, and those who have already been vaccinated. And most of the time, he interacts with the people who are in the ground level. He gives a lot of importance for the doctors and the nurses also. And he is very much worried about the pandemic and the way the government has to tackle it. So this is the third aspect. And then comes the fourth aspect by the Home Ministry. The Home Ministry from time to time, it issues protocol. The protocol norms are don't shut down your God, and you take care of your health, and particularly SMS and all these things they are propagating. And similarly, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, they are issuing from time to time different levels of slogans to keep your health very fine and to wear masks, and they are engaging different types of people from the sports arena and from the film field, and they are doing lot of jingles, lot of preparations for the public interest. So all these things have come in a nutshell to counter the effect of the COVID. Then comes the hospitals. Most of the hospitals, the bed power is not there, or the oxygen supply is not there. And some of the people have died in different places, Tirupati and Delhi and other places, due to the lack of oxygen. So the Petroleum and Chemical Ministry also, they have issued some guidelines, and the railways have come into force, and they have issued lot of instructions, and they have run several trains to pick up the people who are migrated, or for the sake of the migrating labor. And the government of India has taken very severe action regarding the orphan people also. The children of orphan are neglected, and they are on the streets. They lost their parents. They doesn't have their livelihood. So government of India has taken several steps to check this orphanage scheme. So all these aspects are in a limelight, and you should be able to know with the statistics. You first of all collect the statistics regarding the world statistics of deaths, recovery rates, and the experiments which they have done. And then you come to the situation of the laboratories, how the laboratories of the pharmaceutical companies have come into effect, and how they have managed to produce a Covaxin or Covishield within a time frame of 6 and 8 months. Similarly, the DGCA, which is the controlling authority for the drugs, they have also come into force. And AIMS director, Mr. Gularia, he is giving a lot of instructions from time to time. And All India Radio and Doordarshan, they are doing very well. They have a number of occasions where they have instructed the public, general public, the listeners and the viewers of Doordarshan to take care of themselves and not to touch all these global pracharas. Then we should come to the aspect of the economy, the industries, the cinema houses, the pubs, and all other things. They have been closed, and there is a lot of economical growth hindrance. So to avoid that, the economic growth minister, Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, she has given a lot of incentives, and the Reserve Bank of India also has given a surplus amount to the government of India to avoid the situation of lagging of money. So all these things you should keep in mind while answering your interview questions. And in the prelims also, as I told you yesterday, there may be a question regarding the pandemic. Then I will come to the second stage of my current affairs. You might have heard 29th June every year is the Statistics Day. This is important because there is a ministry called the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. This 29th June every year is observed in recognition of late Professor P.C. Mahalanobis in the fields of statistics. The theme for the 2021, every year for the day observation, there will be a theme. This year it is Sustainable Development Goal. So the sustainable development of a country involves several ministries also. What is the goal for this? End hunger, achieve food security, and improve nutrition, and promote sustainable agriculture. This is the goal for this year. The contribution of Mahalanobis for statistics is very, very, very rich. He was born in 1893. He died in 1972. He was the chief architect of the Indian statistical system, and he is the father of statistical science in India. So that is why the day is kept in the name of that gentleman. And he established the Indian Statistical Institute in 1931 in Calcutta. This is a landmark achievement, and that is why he is known as the father of statistics. In 1959, it was made an autonomous body of the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. There is a separate minister for that. They conduct pilot surveys optimum surveys, and they design how to cope up. It helped in establishing Central Statistical Organization, National Sample Survey, and Annual Survey of Industries. The department, particularly the statistics department, they control the activities of the national survey. The national sample survey, they collect the samples of different age groups, different places. They have a random place, and national sample survey has regional offices at all the state governments and in the states also. We have a regional office at Hyderabad also. They conduct, they collect, and the information is passed on to the ministry and to the several ministries according to the requisition sent to them. Then we will go to another important facts. In prelims examination, you should be thorough with the facts and figures. Here is a very important news item which appeared during the last week. That is Baitan Dam, Baihetan Dam, Baitan Dam. What is this? It is the world's second biggest hydroelectric dam under construction in southwestern China. Though it is not in our country, it is in China, but it is a world figure and world's best. What is it? It is the world's second biggest hydroelectric dam under construction. It is constructed on Jinsha River, a tributary of Yangtze. That is a river in China, western China, southwest. It is 289-meter tall Badam Dam, and it will have 16 generating units with a capacity of 1 million kilowatt each. That is the strength of that. The Gorges Dam, opened in 2003 on Yangtze, is the world's largest hydroelectric dam. So in the prelims question paper, there may be what is the highest hydroelectric dam. Then you should mention about this Gorges Dam and the Yangtze River. And then we will go to 2D oral drug, 2DG oral drug. Dr. Reddy's lab of Hyderabad has announced commercial launch of drug 2, that is known as 2DG. It is an antacid anti-COVID drug developed by DRDO, Defense Research and Development Organization, for which the chairman is the able personality like Mr. Satish Reddy. It is an adjunct therapy to the standard of care in carnivorous patients. It is meant for the COVID people. And then there is another medicine, CoWIN. It is an extension of an electronic vaccine intelligence network, which is used to collect real-time feedback of the vaccination program. India will provide open source of CoWIN to 50 countries. We have developed a good international relationship by supplying the medicines to all the 50 countries. Then another important thing which happened during the last 1 week is the parliamentary privileges. You must be knowing that there are several standing committees. In that, one standing committee is Parliamentary Privileges Committee. What is this privilege and what are the privileges? Jairam Ramesh, who is from Congress, Chairman Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology, has moved a privilege motion against the news channel Times Now for the falsified and mischievous reporting of the proceedings of panel's meeting. The panel was meeting and the reporters were allowed for the briefing, and the Times Now has given a wrong information. So Jairam Ramesh felt, he was also earlier minister also. He hails from Karnataka. He knows Telugu also. What are the parliament privileges? This question can be like this. There are certain rights and immunities enjoyed by the members of parliament individually or collectively. Each member of parliament cannot be arrested. That is number one. The Article 105 of the Constitution expressively mentions two privileges. What are the privileges? Number one, freedom of speech. Number two, right of publication of its proceedings. The government proceedings of any standing committee or any committees cannot be published unless and otherwise it is notified. The Code of Civil Procedure, way back in 1908, provides for freedom from arrest and detention of members of parliament under the civil process. Unless it is a criminal case or whatever it is, under civil process, he cannot be arrested. When any of these rights are disregarded, the offense is called as breach of privilege. A notice is moved in the form of a motion by any member or members of either of the house. The Speaker of the Rajya Sabha or Chairman of the Speaker of the Lok Sabha or Chairman of the Rajya Sabha is the first level officer to scrutinize that motion. Then he can refer it to the Privileges Committee, or he can on his own maintain a procedure and he can allow the privilege motion. So these are the things which I thought I should share with you, and be thorough with all these aspects and be ready to face the interview. And I wish you all the best.